Philippians. Well, in all honesty, let me be honest. The book of Corinthians is what really led me to my fascination with the Apostle Paul, right? Um, I know this because the first verse that sort of captivated me was First Corinthians 13, where he defines love, you know. Um, but as I read through, and then I think we did in one of my men's group one time we did a Bible study on Philippians too, and we got some gems out of there. But every single time that I read the book of Philippians, I get something new out of it, and it's one of those books that sort of defines God's living word, and because everyone gets something different out of it, but it's just always so many amazing um gems that come out of it. So Philippians 2, 3 through 4 is do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of others. And today, I'm just grateful for life, health, strength. I'm grateful for my wife and my children, and I'm just grateful for everything. I have an overwhelming sense of gratitude towards the many things that God has blessed me with and continues to bless me with, and especially, the persons that He's blessed me with. And in this particular verse, have you guys ever watched a movie called Pay It Forward with the little boy? I mean, it had a really sad ending, right? But in that movie, this child, had this concept of, you do good to somebody and they pass it on. You know what I mean? And when you think about that concept, right, eventually you do good, good can come to you because somebody's going to pay it forward to you. Somebody's going to pass it back on to you. But it is not that you're doing it in the interest of receiving something back, right? It's just about you being a good person, And it's amazing to know that this is where the pay it forward mentality came from. The pay it forward mentality really and truly came from Christianity. As a Christian, daily you're supposed to pay it forward. And this is what the Apostle Paul is reminding us here. He says to do nothing. He says nothing, like nothing you do it out of selfish ambition. That means when you worship, don't be selfish with your worship. When you pray, you don't be selfish with your prayers. When you have your resources, you don't be selfish with your resources. Your time, you don't be selfish with your time. And your energy, you don't be selfish with your energy. Because and all of these are wrapped up in it. And I know because he says, do nothing with selfish ambition or vain conceit. And he also reminds us, right, to hum humbly value others above yourself. And you know what he means by that, which is not until you break down the word in this particular verse, but you know what he means by that? He means that when you do for people, don't boast about it. If you're going to help, do it humbly. You don't have to tell everyone and put it on TikTok and you know what I mean? Create like this big flash and buying show to prove to persons that you're a selfless person. You understand? Your selflessness should be a part of your lifestyle. It should be a part of your character. Your ego should not be involved with your giving. You know, you shouldn't give to somebody because you think that you know what I mean? Like this person is either gonna see you or that you're gonna feel better about yourself for doing good to somebody. It's about the humility behind it, right? And he closes us out by telling us, right, that we shouldn't look towards our own interests, but each of us towards the interests of others. Because if I look towards your interests and me and you in a room, you sooner or later you're gonna look towards my interests, and it can just create sort of like this. this energy between us, where I have your back and you have my back, right? Because we're looking out for each other's own best interests. See, these are Christianity gave us a very much template of how to live with one another. It's just that not everyone follows this template. But the reality is that God provided us with the tools to have a fully functioning, well, like organized, good, peaceful society. You know, it's just that the enemy has now infiltrated this template and rewrote it and made some person's ego take the best of them and made some persons think and be evil and not have each other's interests at heart. But the reality is, and this is why it is so important for us as the church of Christ to live this way because we are supposed to be this example that the rest of the world sees. We know the original template and it's up to us to live by it. You see? So at the end of the day, it's about one of the things that I've taken out of this particular verse is that your ego has to be removed from everything you do as a Christian. Your ego shouldn't be a part of your Christianity. It's all about you walking in humility, walking with Christ, being a servant leader, you know, and just sort of reliving this original template that our Creator has written for us to live peacefully amongst one another. So thank you again, everyone, for the opportunity to speak. I'm Kerry, and I relinquish my mic back to Sister Indira.